Sunday started off with church and going out to Tokyo Joe's after. We both like a teriyaki chicken bowl. Melissa just gets a few minor adjustments from the standard. This week I had a few doctor's appointments. The allergist didn't have much to say other than that I should actually try to have a reaction. If we can't force a repeat event, then we can't figure out what to avoid. 2 weeks ago I talked about yard work and how I was falling a bit behind. At least back then, the lawn hadn't gone to seed. I guess I need to get to mowing. In the past, when we go on vacation, my hanging baskets don't fare very well. I decided to see if I could attach my hanging baskets to my sprinkler system. It took all afternoon, but I got lines run to them. I also set up a shutoff valve so that I'm not just watering the porch when the baskets aren't there. On this week's visit with my mom, when I got there was a completed puzzle already on the table, so I assumed that we'd just be working on projects all day. But she did want to work on a puzzle, so we got out a new one, and with my knowledge of musical theater, we really made some quick headway before I had to leave.
Well, I've gotten behind on sharing with you what books I've been reading, so let me catch you up. I read The Faraway by Beth Durst, and it was a lot of fun, but a little slow to get started. I love Beth Durst, and I feel like this book was just kind of a fun, cozy YA fantasy. Once the story got going, I was much more into it, and I really liked it at the end. So I would definitely say Beth Durst is one to read. And after that, I read Broken Dove, and that one is by Dani Francis. And that's the second in a series after Silver Elite. Now, Silver Elite was one of my favorite reads last year, a dystopia. There's some kind of fantasy elements. I really enjoyed it. It is a bit spicy. Broken Dove continued the story well. It wasn't quite as exciting, but again, the second book in the series usually isn't. I felt like, it kept me wanting to read and see what happened. And it ended on an interesting kind of cliffhanger, not the kind that makes you mad, but makes you go, oh no, what's going to happen next? So, I'm excited about that one, and as long as a little spice doesn't bother you, that would be a good one to read. And finally, this last week for book club, I read Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. And I have read that book before, and it was probably at least 6 or 7 years ago, and I really loved it. And then I went and read the rest of the series as it was coming out, and I didn't love that as much. So, but after talking about it, I feel like I might actually go back and try and reread the series. I don't have time this month, but I'm excited to maybe explore that one again now that I have reread the first book. So that was great. Also, I read a book, and I can't think of the author, and it was called Taco Night. It was a picture book, and it was really fun and hilarious about the different nights that make dinner for the village, and when Taco Night came, and how excited he was to share tacos. It was a lot about variety, and so it met lots of fun needs for me. So if you're looking for a fun picture book, check out Taco Night.
I had a really interesting doctor's appointment this week. Went to see my nephrologist, and I've mentioned in past vlogs that we're, just kind of checking on my kidneys, dealing with some allergy issues. Watch the other vlogs. Anyway, go to my nephrologist, and I've done some blood work. I had an ultrasound, and he kind of pulled everything together, and he was like, you know what? You don't have a kidney issue at all. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Like when I was 5 or 6, I had a kidney surgery, and it never quite took, and that's always been my story. And he's like, no, if that were true, your left kidney would have atrophied, and there's no atrophy. Your blood work is coming out as normal. And basically he said, I don't need to see you again. So really surprising. I kind of want to go see a urologist to see how my kidney is actually functioning. But everything external is saying my kidneys are doing fine. On Friday night, we went with our friends the Lawsons to see the movie Sheep Detectives. It was a really fun, lighthearted movie. Really fun and really funny. Not a literary masterpiece by any stretch, but a really great story. After the movie, we also went to Cold Stone with them, and a great night connecting with friends.